how many speakers do you have right now in each of?
Barcelona, we have almost 80.
80 speakers.
Mhm.
That's an insane curation of a program. But the incredible thing about being in this festival is that everything that you attend in the overall numbers is really good what you're saying. Of course, sometimes there's some conference that probably will not work. That's something
Mhm.
that happens. But in the overall, how do you come up with curating, like 80, speakers and making all this content? Like, how do you even find artists and how do you even find hidden talents that probably are there? Like,
Honestly, I think my process, it doesn't matter if it's for a curating of or curating an exhibition or designing a book, because I have also the privilege of design the book for off. For me, it's just about narrative and building a story. And that's the way I approach the program, exactly the same way. Maybe it doesn't make sense, but I know it makes sense in my head. So what I do is like I have some kind of map in my mind where I have all the names right there, like floating, and then I start putting them all together. And when I see that it makes sense, then I know I have the program.
and it's funny because now I supposed to be that technology is being enabled you to do this a bit more easier because you can reach Instagram accounts and Vimeo accounts and all that kind of stuff that it's been there. But back in the days, in 2000 or 2001, like looking for all these talents was just by ear or by how do you do
Just surfing. I mean,
it?
that's what
You're a big surfer, man.
yeah, like a crazy one. I dig hole, like I dig really deep. Like I keep going and going and going until I find something that you say, "What the fuck is this?" Then you know that you find something nice. And then obviously you have to be like, it's also a matter of attitude. I mean, you have to be like some kind of a sponge. Like you have to hear everyone, because during the festival you get approached for so many people, like they want to be speakers at off, and they just throw ideas, and or they just ask you for the email. Please, can you give me your email because I want to share something with you. And then you have to be able to absorb all these things and then know which ones are going to work. I think one of the most exciting things over those 23 years, it's finding talent. Someone that no one knows, not even their own family. And then all of a sudden you feel something and you say, there is something there. I don't know what it is, but I know there is something there. And then you bet for it, and then you take them to off. And 1 year later, they're giving talks everywhere in the world, literally. That happened many times.
Not only that, like the amount of collaborations between artists that they met at the festival.
Yeah,
Like there
that's
is this artist which is Joshua Davis and blah blah blah, and yeah, we moved in this, and they just come up and make a new like experience or advertising or that kind of stuff happens, right?
exactly. I mean, honestly, there are many stories. I mean, we will take probably the entire hour just about that. One of the most awesome ones, and I'm really proud of this, because if it wasn't because of off and what happened, huge amount of content right now, it just won't exist at all. Is when I think it was back in 2009, I will say, yeah. And probably you were there in Lisbon, of Lisbon.
I was, yeah, I was.
So I invited Chris Milk and I invited Aaron Coblin, and they didn't know each other at all. One was doing video clips and the other one was doing data visualization, one of the first ones doing data visualization. And then they met at the off welcome party. They got drunk together and they created a company together back after off. And the first project was the Wilderness Arcade Fire video clip.
Yeah, amazing, incredible. That's a
That
reference
went
in the
all
digital art
everywhere. Yeah.
scene.